court matchup tonight. Chris, you were the prototypical 4 when you played. Who was the biggest power forward you had to defend?
Okay, well, I'm going to give you the same answer I always have. When I was in the West Coast, any given week, this is who I had to guard in a week's time. Tim Duncan, Garnett, Nowitzki, Rasheed Wallace, Robert Horry, it's Karl Malone. That was all in the West Coast, and I think I played in the golden era of power forwards. And so I would just say, put all their names in a hat, pick one out, and that's who was the toughest, because it was like that every night.
Hall of Famers, including yourself. So here's Miami's starting group. Bam Adebayo is out there with Jones. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the point. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Eric Spoelstra gave me a few minutes to catch up. They've yet to find success against the Lakers, going 0-2 in the first 2 meetings between the teams. Coach said a lot of the problem is we just get deflated when we go on a big run. You have to know that with LeBron, a run is going to come. We just have to have the mental fortitude to fight through it. That's a big challenge when LeBron gets himself and his team going. Guys?
Thanks, David. Now Robinson, after the missed 3 from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Down low, here's Adebayo. Great D that time from Davis.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the play.
Caldwell-Pope against Butler. Outside, Green. 6 on the shot clock. Davis dishes to LeBron. They get it back. Here's McGee. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
See, this is why JaVale McGee is out here. When he hustles like this, his coaches and teammates notice.
Here's Nunn. James covering. Nunn passes to Butler. Fires it up. And too long on the shot. The Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. On the wing, James. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Only so much you can do. I mean, James is a beast. Easily elevates over the defender right there.
Nunn passes to Butler. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And he comes up with the deuce.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. James dishes to McGee. Pass to Davis. James outside. Lets it go from 14. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Well, there are some big men having outstanding second halves of the season offensively. Here are the best among Anthony Davis, third.
You know, there are different styles among those big men, but they have one thing very much in common. They can dominate offensively. Face up or back to the basket, they can get it done.
Yeah, Greg, I mean, the collection of post moves these young big fellas have, it's unreal. I'd say some of the most unstoppable moves in the game today.
Adebayo passes to Robinson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Just 5 to shoot. McGee with the block.
Oh, this is McGee's role. He's out here to defend and to stifle shooters whenever he can.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Butler. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And one of the hardest working players you'll find, Jimmy Butler. At the same time, you know what, Chris? He's not afraid to challenge his teammates.
Yeah, within his team, he's a culture setter, Kevin. I mean, I think he's learning that balance of being vocal, but also knowing that just how far he can push his teammates.
drops for Butler. This end of the season awards already being debated. What did it mean to you when you were named All-NBA?
Well, it meant a lot, especially in my era, again, of playing against the best power forwards, I feel, in a group of all time. And so it meant a lot. There's only one power forward position, and so to be on that All-NBA team is something that's more special to me than being an all-star, because it's not about being the best 12 or 24. It's about being the best 5 in the league. And so those moments were always special, being named the first team in the league.
And like you said, you played in the golden era of the best players ever to play that position.
I tell you what, I think I played in the era where anyone that you would have picked in the power forward from the Western Conference, I couldn't have been upset at over myself, because everyone played in such a dominating fashion. Their teams were winning, and I knew personally how hard it was to guard these guys one-on-one.
Yeah, and that quick first step that Caldwell Pope possesses is lethal. Drawing the contact there thanks to his aggressiveness.
Lakers shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
Free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He's just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
Good on both. The Heat have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Bounce pass Robinson. Here's none. James covering, and the basket is good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Now here's James. 29 points for him last game against Houston.
Yeah, don't forget about his passion. He didn't forget about his teammates. He was spreading the ball all over the floor.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And Ben Gregg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Here's none after the basket by Los Angeles. 6 to shoot. Butler, no good.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots. He'd be better off passing up.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And finished off by LeBron.
If you're the defense, what can you do? James is too strong, too focused on these finishes.
Outside Butler. Passes it to Adebayo. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow. Loads it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Fantastic vision. I mean, Bron always cognizant of everyone around him.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's none. His last outing, he had 18 points. McGee with the block. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Davis. And the layup is good.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
None passes to Robinson. Caldwell Pope against Butler. And that one drops for him. Butler's got 6.
Oh, a little bit of a soft touch from the grizzled veteran right there. Butler's showing another dimension of his game.
Davis. Offline with his 3. The Heat trail by 6. Outside Butler. There's the pass to Nunn. Jones, the pass to Nunn. And the layup's good off the glass. Now just a 4-point Laker lead.
and they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
A championship standard in LA with the Lakers. The expectations will always be high.
Oh, yeah, Jay, you've been there with me. I mean, we both looked up in the rafters and seen those 16 championship banners up there. I mean, with LeBron James in the fold, the expectation is to get to 17, 18, 19.
Chris, over the last 40 years, a steady decline in offensive rebounds, largely due, I'm guessing, to the concern with transition defense, right?
Definitely, and let's give respect to offensive rebounding that it should have. Whenever you had guys like Rodman, Popeye Jones, guys that used to just, you'd have nightmares about because they were such great rebounders, Ben Wallace. Well, now it's a little bit different because those guys were playing the 4 position, right? So now at the 4 position, you have to get back on defense because if you're not, guys are shooting threes from Curry land in the 4 position because the game is evolving. So now it is better to get back in transition than trying to get an extra possession for your team. You still want to attack the glass. You just want to make sure you know who's in the game at that time because now you have guys leaking out, getting a quick shot on that other end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. And Kyle Kuzma's subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Robinson hits them both.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
LeBron James on the wing. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 10 points for LeBron.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Nunn passes to Butler. Trying to get open is Crowder. Adebayo kicks to Butler. To Adebayo. Here's Nunn. James covering. Again, the miss by the Heat.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Nunn. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Lakers leading by 8. Pass to Kuzma. Pass to Howard. Knocked away. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Miami, they've had a great season. We'll look to extend that into the playoffs.
And I think for Miami, so much has gone right for them this season. They've needed some breaks to go their way, and it feels like they've gotten them all. Now they're poised for success in the playoffs.
Well, they've created their own breaks, Greg. I mean, because of how they played throughout the entire season. But now is when things really start to get tough.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Passes it to James. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. James has got 12 points in the game.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And there's the pass to Nunn. Robinson against Green. Here's Butler. And in the game with Charlotte, he did not play well. On deep. No good. He missed it. Brings him to 3 for 8 this game. Los Angeles leading by 8. James outside. Green dishes to James. Back to Green. With the floater. Robinson pulls it in.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim. I mean, an obsessive personality type Jimmy Butler. Back in Marquette, he'd stop a fast break drill when he caught a pass with one hand instead of two and say, do it over. That perfectionism still drives him today.
that one misses. And Jimmy Butler, a creature of habit, isn't he, Chris?
Oh, yeah, Kevin. He eats the same meals for breakfast and lunch. He watches the same movies over and over, the same thing every day. It's brought him to this point, right? So why stop now?
Goran Dragic has checked in for Miami. And he's good on the second.
The 30th pick in the 2011 NBA draft. It's been great to see Butler blossom into a perennial all-star.
Now, here's Green. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's LeBron. Goran Dragic grabs the board. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Heat. 7-point differential. And Adebayo throws it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Yes, that goes in. 14 points for LeBron.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed it, he's been their safety valve.
Dragic finds Butler. Shoots over Kuzma. Butler, no good. Lakers leading by 7. James, the pass to Green. Back to LeBron. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. James has got 16 points.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here is Robinson. 23 points for him the last game against Charlotte.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
LeBron James on the wing, defended by Butler. Another miss by LeBron.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Butler kicks to Robinson. Lets it go, and he makes good on his first shot of the game.
Oh, and he got the ball! No, wait, what focus from him right there. Nice play. Wow, what a shot. And listen to this place explode.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Tough Nose Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
You call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it, but with that comes a lot of, some people call it pressure, but a lot of responsibility is what I call it. Every night you got to show up. You have to be productive. You have to show guys even when you're hurt, you can still play. Even when you're tired, you got to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. It's fun to me. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Jake Crowder out there with the Linux. Then there's Dragic. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Hero into the 2 spot. And coming up as an only child in difficult circumstances, LeBron James said he had to grow up early, take charge of his life at a young age.
Yeah, and that's what made him such a solid person and a great basketball player. And ever since he sought control of his own destiny, Kevin, he empowered trusted friends along the way. He's paved a new path for players taking ownership of their careers.
Free throw good, LeBron. Guys sometimes don't make it big when they first get on the scene. Late bloomers that have caught your eye right now in the league. Guys that have really picked up their game.
Well, how about D'Angelo Russell?
Good one,
Let's talk about getting traded, having to move at a young age. That really could be devastating for some players. So for him to have the skill set and the mental frame of mind to fight over that, I love it. And how about Julius Randle? I mean, I didn't see it coming. I knew he was a beast, but he's a beast.
You mean he's a beast?
Yeah, something like that.
Now here's Iguodala. Outside Dragic. And stolen by LeBron. Fast break. The Lakers. LeBron lead. Oh, look at him.
Oh, man, the all-around game of James. Capable of dominating you on both ends of the floor. Like right there.
Here's Hero. He's guarded by Waiter. For three, Olynyk. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played. Left side, Waiters. Feeds it to Davis. From 6 feet. Shakes him. Doesn't go for him. And Miami the other way now. Iguodala outside. Back to Crowder. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That's on Goran Dragic.
James is a workhorse down deep. When he's close to the basket, you better wrap him up.
And growing up, Chris, LeBron James always looked up to Michael Jordan, following in his footsteps. And like his idol, LeBron having success in the movies as well.
No one better to take that starring role. I mean, blockbusters, comedies. When his playing days are done, LeBron will continue to entertain.
And the first one drops.
Didn't have a free throw in the first quarter, but you can see he's starting to play with more energy now. He has a tougher attitude.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Dragic against LeBron. Again, the miss by the Heat. Lakers leading by 12. Pass to Davis. Good work defensively by Crowder. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for LeBron James. First in assists, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And we're talking about the ultimate competitor here. Leading the league in assists, maximizing every possession. He just tears apart a defense. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Smith checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And Miami also making a switch. Leonard's checked in. And here is Los Angeles now. Smith kicks to LeBron. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
Oh, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Here's Hero. No points in the game yet for him. Dragic left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Iguodala, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Raiders on the wing. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Howard, that's good. And the Lakers lead by 14.
You can't allow Howard to get this kind of position. He's confident in his ability to score inside.
Here's Dragic. Again, the miss by the Heat.
and all the skill used on that crossover. You might want to save a little bit for the finish. Unable to convert there.
Now here's Davis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Olynyk.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
And he makes the first. And we were talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Dressed at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't sucking there and are tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action, and there's times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up on some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes the guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's going to make this free throw. Don't push me too hard on this. I got to get next for a couple seconds.
They say that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is going to make this free throw, man. Come on, don't push me all the way to the basket. You'd have a good
What was the response?
He pushed me into the basket.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
And let's see the leading three-point teams in the NBA. Number 1, the Heat.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Dragic taking his time here. Over James. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
Now, this is the chemistry Howard has with this guy. It's fantastic at realizing when to go for alley-oops.
Here's Hero. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. They need this. And Davis sends it back. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. Outside Dragic. Olynyk trying to break loose.
And their offense has all but disappeared this quarter, shooting in the low 30s for the game. They had some success in that first quarter, but not much since then. Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to score a much better percentage.
And the technical free throw is good.
And Kelly Olynyk, from a basketball family, his father a successful coach, his mother a scorekeeper. He's grown up around the game.
James against Dragic. Shot clock at 6. Yeah, the step back. Jump shot is good that time.
He's taken 5 shots this quarter and only hit 1. I mean, you got to say ouch to that.
LeBron against Dragic. Shoots over Dragic. Again, the Lakers.
I like to say I'm blown away, but honestly, with LeBron, a game like this, it's just par for the course.
And here's Dragic. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. The Lakers on offense. They're on a 16-4 run right now. To the inside, James. Outside for Davis. A three-pointer off the mark. The Heat trail by 18. Hero passes to Dragic. Pass to Leonard. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They went to Miami for their last meeting with the Heat and came out with a win.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
Yeah, it did. I mean, they were smart about it. Once the fouls started to add up on the other side, they really turned up the heat.
Now here's Dragic after Dion Waiters miss. Dragic with it. He has 5. Over Smith. No good from Dragic.
If he was shooting even a little bit better, the story of this game would be a lot different.
Howard in the post. He's covered by Iguodala. Howard's shot is good. Howard's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
There's Dragic with the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that. Either way, it's a tough shot.
Special. There just aren't many guys like him who can accelerate to the rim and finish in style.
Here's Hero. He's guarded by Waiters. Hero passes to Iguodala. LeBron against Dragic. And here's Olynyk from the arc. LeBron grabs the miss. James has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Timeout called. The Heat, defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them. Los Angeles making a switch here. Caruso's checked in.
And looking now to numbers for Jimmy Butler. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable, putting up about 18 points per, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he does so much for this team, but it starts with the way he leads the offense.
Yeah, he's willing to take on the scoring load, and he's more than capable of delivering.
Los Angeles leading by 21 inside, and it's Davis with the jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Hero. Unable to get that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That will complete this 4-game homestand. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And that one, good.
Throughout his career, Howard has dominated the boards. The size, touch, and timing he possesses is just a lethal concoction.
Nunn passes to Butler. Over Smith. Butler, no good. The Lakers shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. And it's Davis with the jam.
It's nice seeing Smith share the wealth, showing great focus passing the ball to his teammates.
And even though Chris Dwight Howard won't be logging the 35-plus minutes he once did, he is still a factor when he's on the floor.
Oh, yeah, Kevin, you better pay attention to Dwight. He can still hurt you with any touch he gets around the basket. I like seeing him in short bursts where you can force the opposing team to adjust to him inside.
Timeout called, the Heat. You look at James, what a contribution.
There should only be one thing they're talking about in this timeout, trying to deny him the ball in the paint before he does any more damage.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. And Miami making a change here. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. In third, the Lakers.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Robinson misses.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Off his foot, and it's being called a kickball. Markieff Morris is checked in for J.R. Smith. Here's Adebayo. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
Oh, man, look at Morris use his reach to turn away a shot. He's excellent at cornering shooters and sending their shots back.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Here's Nunn, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Nunn passes to Butler. 1:31 left to play here in the second quarter. Count it from 12. Butler's got 11 points.
Stepping inside the three-point line, Butler showing he can score from the mid-range.
James looking around. Davis, the pass to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
It gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
And 1:01 left in the first half of basketball. Butler passes to Adebayo. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz.
And you know, for that Hornets matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Wow, he's such an active guy, Kev. It's hard to guard Kuzma and not foul him sometimes.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he's kept his percentage at a decent level, right around 74.
No good on the free throw.
And at Utah, Kyle Kuzma restricted to more of a traditional power forward role. Now, the wide open NBA style has unleashed his game.
And the second free throw, good.
For being the 27th pick in the 2017 draft, Kuzma has made his mark early, already surpassed expectations.
Here's Nunn. Looking to end his cold spell, and Davis sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. .35 seconds left in the first half of the game. Butler kicks to Robinson. Clock at 6. Puts up a 3.
And after that solid opening quarter, you can see now he is definitely starting to cool off.
Here's Caruso. His three-pointer is off the mark. And here we go. It's Butler. Over James. And the shot is long. From deep three-point range. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Contavious, you guys came out with a lot of energy in the first half. What got you going?
Like you said, we came out with a lot of energy. We wanted to get easy basket layups, knock down shots.
You got all that and more in that first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 29 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. He's in a crazy zone right now and seems to be even hotter than he was in their last game. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Boy, it was rough down there in the paint, and they were just dominant, taking it to the rack. But that's what you have to be willing to do. Take the action to the heart of the competition without any fear. That's why this is already a blowout.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster. Without major improvements defensively, this game is over.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
Hello, Iba Sabido. What's up? How are you?
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by James.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Here's LeBron. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Lakers 5 right now. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. JaVale McGee is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3 slot. Pass to Butler. Now Adebayo. The pass to Robinson. Pulls it up. And he connects with the jumper. Robinson's got 6.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
All right, it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Now here's James. Pass to McGee. Kicks it to Green. Lakers passing it around. Davis. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 4 assists now tonight.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. Averaging about 27 points per, 10 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And he's such a presence for them inside.
No questions. He blocks shots, controls the glass, does everything asked of him and more.
James, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to LeBron. Now here is McGee. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to LeBron. And they double up James. Here's Caldwell Pope. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Nunn. To the middle. The dive for the ball. Stolen by McGee. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Caldwell Pope passes to LeBron. Rob. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. Back to Butler. McGee with the block. James outside. Looking for McGee. He gets it there. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you see why McGee's teammates lob it up his way? Because they know he can go up and get it.
Nunn passes to Butler. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Adebayo, high post. Shot clock at 5. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. You take a look at Los Angeles. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there.
You know, for Los Angeles, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
Yeah, Greg, and early in the year, maybe they were catching some teams by surprise, but now everybody knows how strong they are, and they're still rolling along.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Green against Robinson, and the dunk by James.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, the results are clear as day. Great approach coming into the third quarter. We'll see if they can keep it up.
Here's Nunn. And so Miami again turning it over. And here are the best transition teams in the NBA. We're looking at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. The Lakers second.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
Robinson against Green. Outside, Davis. That shot is good. He's taken 15 and made 10 from the field tonight.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Butler passes to Nunn. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And good that time. Nunn's got his third basket of the night.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 15-6 run. Green passes to Davis. LeBron outside. Outside, Green. Trying to get open is Davis. And there's Green on the assist by James. James has got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Robinson against Green. Here's Jones. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Davis.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Heat have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Lakers making a change here. Howard's checked in. And so Jones nails both of them. Lakers have gone an unbelievable 8 of 8 shooting since halftime. Must have been some kind of pep talk in that locker room. Here's Green, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Miami called for the foul.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
Free throw drops for Green. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for the Heat. Crowder comes in for Jones. And both free throws good for Green. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for Miami. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Five to shoot. Unloads from 13. The shot will not fall. Good D by James. Caldwell Pope feeling it out of it. Dishes it to Howard. James outside. LeBron is doubled. Passes it to Davis. Lakers passing it around. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Crowder. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 6 here in this quarter.
And they have come out of halftime in fuego.
For Miami, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. On the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
LeBron against Dragic. Davis with the block.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Dragic against James. Outside Dragic.
And the aggressive attitude of Davis on D makes him such a tough matchup. He's not going to give his man an inch of breathing room, and that was the difference on that possession.
Howard's shot is good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
No good from Dragic.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I can watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. So many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, that's your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have from some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
Smith checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And he can't hit the second.
Oh, you love how effortless James makes this game look. Everything comes easy to him.
Outside Leonard, the pass to Hero. Here's Iguodala. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Dragic. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Now here's Leonard. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Heat have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And the first one at the line is good. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Both free throws good from Dragic.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
LA's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. And they double up LeBron. Now here's Green. Defense is right there. Smith outside. LeBron trying to free himself up. Off target with his 3. The Heat shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Knocked loose. Iguodala, the pass to Hero. James kicks to Davis. Lakers working the ball around now. Tries it from the top of the key. He doesn't hit that one. The Heat go the other way with it. Outside Crowder. And here's Dragic. He's got 10. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurt me.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, and that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
Here's Hero. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Again, the miss by the Heat.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
Green draws the double. Here's Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
Wow, you see how fast he got off the ground? I love whenever Kuzma rises up to throw it down.
Outside Dragic. Kuzma with it. Now guarded by Dragic. It's Kuzma penetrating. Makes it off the glass. Kuzma's got 7 points in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
James outside. LeBron is doubled. Davis. Great D that time from Leonard.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Now here's Iguodala. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 5 on the clock. Here's Dragic from outside. The Lakers with the rebound. Davis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
LeBron can't get it to go. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Dragic against James. Here's Hero. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Here's Iguodala. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. 7 points in the game.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Here's Dragic. He can't get that one. LeBron with some nice D. On the wing, James over Iguodala. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Kuzma. And that's 36 points for LeBron.
And with the game he's having, there's no doubt he'll be the guy they lean on to protect the lead.
From deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Los Angeles holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back to the action after this word. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Miami starting the 4th. They've got Iguodala. Olynyk is out there with Jones. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position. Green with the ball. And it's Iguodala picking him up. Floats it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Here's Nunn. He dishes it to Jones. He kicks it to Iguodala. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the all-star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
And that one falls for Davis.
And with LeBron James managing to extend his prime, the pressure is on this Lakers organization to make the most of it.
Yeah, you're right, Jay. I mean, it's the kind of pressure you want, though. I mean, getting those superstar players is the hard part. Finding that supporting cast, that's the hard work part.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. The Heat shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Nunn, covered by Morris. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Waiters. They grab their own miss. Davis on the follow.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Nunn passes to Jones. Now the dish to Iguodala. McGee with the block. Outside, Davis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That one on Olynyk.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
See, Webb, if we lower the draft age back to 18, the league will take a larger role developing high school players. Your thoughts?
Well, I think I think it could be a safety net. You know, so many kids are vulnerable at this time, and they don't have a system, and that's why everything's kind of been messed up for players trying to figure out what is the correct system. How do I really get immersed? I want to be in the NBA. What is the right way? And I think the younger you are, with the more direction that you have, it can only turn out to be a safer process, I would hope.
And getting better pro-level training, too, coaching.
Yeah, pro-level training, pro-level knowledge, pro-level relationships. I think it's a great thing by the league.
Robinson's checked in for Miami. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Nunn. Pass to Olynyk. 6 to shoot. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Wow, you can't leave him open. Olynyk will knock it down every time.
Caruso, the pass to Morris. It's blocked. Outside, Jones. Pass to Robinson. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Rebounded by McGee. Lakers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Davis. It's hauled in by the Heat. Here's Nunn. Outside, Jones. No good on the three. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Now here's Davis. Passes to Waiters. Back to Davis. And they double up Davis. Morris outside. Jacks up a three. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Davis. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Nunn passes to Robinson. Silva guarded by McGee. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. One negotiating concession the league wants from the Players Union. Prospect attendance, Chris, at the draft combine and team-wide access to player physical.
Well, this is a tough one because I don't think that a team that is not interested in you should have your physical. And we all know that information is shared, and so it should be genuine in the teams that are truly interested. And so I understand agents holding back on that. Medical information is something very serious that just because you have an opportunity to be drafted, your information shouldn't be spread all across the world just because you're at a combine. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but basically you just want a level playing field for everyone. And if we have that, it'll be better for everyone.
He's perfect from the line this time. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Waiters outside. And there's the feed to Morris. And he banks in the layup.
Oh, I love the strength of Morris. Even with suffocating defense, he wheels these shots in.
Outside Robinson. Now the pass to Nunn. Fires from 14. Another shot. And Olynyk with the lay-in. Olynyk's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, I love that aggressiveness from Olynyk. I mean, he can create his own offense. I mean, we all know that, but that time with a little cleanup work.
Here's Caruso. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Robinson down low. He's guarded by Waiters. Here's Nunn. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Jones. Here's Nunn. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Olynyk hits it from three-point range.
And one of those guys who combines the body of a big man and the game of a guard, Olynyk can get it done on the perimeter.
Caldwell-Pope outside. Back to Waiters. Shoots from the block. Robinson with the block. Here's Nunn. Pass to Olynyk. Can't hit that one. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Here's Waiters. The teardrop falls in.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Outside Robinson. Hill passes to Nunn. Shoots from the baseline. He gets it in there.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Pass to McGee. Kicks to Waiters. Lays it up off the glass. Waiters got 4 this quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Nunn. Outside for Robinson. And again, Miami with the triple.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Waiters finds McGee. Now Morris. Waiters outside. Over Robinson, and the Lakers check on 2 more. Miami's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Nunn passes to Robinson. Dishes it to Hill. Hangs in the air. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Passes it to Waiters. Shoots it up. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Once he turned it on, he became a force in this game. Not sure where this guy was in the first half.
Caldwell Pope against Hill. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Caruso, the pass to Morris. It's deflected. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. The pass to Nunn. Outside Robinson. He dishes it to Hill. Clock at 6. Here's Nunn, covered by Morris. Lakers have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the 4th. Caldwell Pope dishes to Waiters. Morris kicks to Waiters. Back to Morris. All alone. Good. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
Morris is excellent at cashing in on the catch and shoot. I mean, he's terrific at firing off the pass.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Olynyk with it. Pass to Robinson. Over Caldwell Pope. No good off the back of the rim.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
Waiters surveying the D. Robinson with the block. Here we go, 1-on-1. Fader on the way. Hill, no good. For Los Angeles, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Waiters against Robinson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Wow. Morris is a physical guy, solid at staying active on the boards and gobbling up these rebounds.
Miami's won 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Hill against Caldwell Pope. Hill passes to Nunn. On the wing, Hill. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. They need this one. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got 5 points now this quarter.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
Waiters outside. Got a piece of it.
Oh, and he's the rare player with a shorter arm span than his height. I mean, Olynyk is still going to get his share of blocks.
And that one falls for Robinson. Jared Dudley's checked in for the Lakers. Quinn Cook comes in for Alex Caruso. And Miami with a change here, too. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
They'll take it, even with the miss. Anything they can do to cut into the lead.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Los Angeles.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LeBron.
His vision and his ball movement impressed me the most. A tremendous night for him passing the basketball.
Here's Hero. Pass to Nunn. Passes it to Hero. Fires from deep. And the 3 ball is good.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
Now here's Waiters. Plays it up and banks it in.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for. And when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Here's Hero. Rebounded by Dudley.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Waiters outside. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.